Thank you guys so much. I'm so happy. I'm home. I'm a Vermonter, and I'm so proud to be a Vermonter. And I mean, just look out there, right? Vermont, like this place is incredible. And I'm a snowboarder. This was my home mountain growing up. I now love yoga. We just had the most amazing 3 days of yoga. It's like I am in paradise right now. I'm so happy. And there's a full crowd. It's like, damn. But to start off, I'd like to ring this bell, and what a perfect place to have a singing bell. And this is actually a tradition that was brought into my family far before I ever knew anything about yoga. I was 8. I have 3 older brothers, and my dad would ring the bell every night, and we all held hands, and we'd just start cracking up. To us, like we just start losing it. Like a silence was so weird to us, and it was, now I do this every night before dinner, no matter where I am. I travel with this bell, and I ring this bell, and I just like to start off everyone, having a moment to hold the hand of the people next to you. And when the bell ends, we like to squeeze each other's hands to kind of, signal that the bell has ended, and just take a moment to become present. Magic. Even the baby was quiet. Thank you so much. All right, now I have had quite the past 5 years, and I got good. I'm not a cocky guy, but it's crazy. Like I got good at snowboarding, and I got there because I had these guys. I'm that little guy down front, and yeah, because of these guys, I got into snowboarding. I got into it young, and it was here, and this was home, and it was, so incredible to be able to start riding so early. And actually, I wrote a letter to Jake, who owns Burton, and I was like, my brothers are riding, like they didn't make boards small enough. And then I wrote him that letter, and he sent me that, and I got to go up and ride with Adam and Andrew, and it was just like, having them, it's like copying your older brothers. And I remember Adam just used to beat on me. He was just like, leave us alone, and I was just on them, and then I started beating Adam, and that was kind of intense, but I started beating Sean too, and that was crazy to start going to these, countries and winning these contests. That was just like a dream come true. And, then I got really focused. I got to this place where I was like, I was in it, and I was winning, and I was like, I got this. I had the confidence, and I had what it took. And I won the TTR world title the year before, and it was like, I was that guy that was like going to go there and make it and beat Sean in the Olympics, and everyone wanted to beat Sean, and I had it, and I was like, okay, well, Mom, don't watch this. But December 31st, a week and a half later, it was like my brain could not afford to be hit like it was a week and a half later. And yeah, it was my fault, but no, it wasn't really my fault, because I didn't know. I wasn't aware. I didn't have the understanding of how injured I was. I felt fine, and I needed to make it to the Olympics, so I was going to do what it took to get there. And then you guys just saw that. It was like immediately after.
American snowboarder Kevin Pearce remains in critical but stable condition tonight after a training accident yesterday.
He was wearing a helmet at the time, but still sustained some serious injury.
Yeah, I can go up and have fun doing that, and I can get on my board a couple of times a year, but it's like I'm not a professional snowboarder anymore. It's like I don't do contests, and that's not my life anymore. And it's like that's all I did. That's all I knew. And it's like I loved it. I had so much fun going to other countries and winning all this money and partying and doing all this stuff. And now it's like I can't do that, and I've come to understand that I can't do that. But it's like, what do I do now? And it's been this. it's starting this foundation, and you can see it on my shirt. And loving your brain is a lot more than just love your brain, but it's what's the most important thing I have learned, and the most important thing I do and I live. And this is an everyday process for me, and it's hard. And I'll give you a story just from yesterday of why it's so hard, but it's to kill the ants. And the ants are the automatic negative thoughts that come into our brain. And your brain releases these chemicals every time you have a thought. And every bad thought actually releases chemicals that make you feel bad, and the good thoughts make you feel good. And they're automatic. They just happen. But they cause this chemical reaction that increases stress hormones in your body, and they can damage your brain. And it's like, I didn't realize this for so long, and I was, I'd get down on myself, and I'd get pissed. And, yesterday, just a little example is I was in here watching somebody and checking it out, and I was sitting next to Jeff Krosno, and we all know Jeff, right, who started Wonderlust. And we have some DVDs back there, and I was like, I'd love to sign a DVD for Jeff. That'd be so nice. And I went up to get it, and I was like, shit, I don't remember this guy's name. Like, I'd been introduced to him like 2 or 3 times, and I couldn't remember his name. And instead of being like, sitting there and being like, you're such an idiot, like, he just introduced himself. Like, this dude started this festival that you're so in love with. I was like, you know what? That's all right. Like, I'm going to see him again, and I'll wait, and it's not that big of a deal. And, so it's like things like that, whatever. It happens to me all the time, but, just allowing these things that aren't such a big deal instead of being like, you know what, I'll get that movie to Jeff tomorrow, and it's not, it's not hurting me, it's not hurting him, and it's been a total life change. And, here's a slide of, what it looks like in your brain when you have those negative thoughts versus the grateful thoughts, and how much, more activity there is in your brain when you do just, have that. And so it's like, I'm up here, I'm looking, I hope I'm not going to get cocky, but I hope I look pretty good, and that I'm pretty, just a regular looking guy up here, and I'm just, doing my thing. But in fact, my eyes are still so injured. And that's what's crazy about the brain, is it doesn't always like to show what's going on with it, like your ankle. But if I turn my head up like that, there's completely 2 rooms, and there's double of everything. If I'm running, if I'm snowboarding, if I'm moving, everything is double. And it's like I have to do these eye exercises to try and teach my brain how to retrain the muscles in my eyes. And, it's insane. In this next, what happened to me is just mind-blowing to me how this happened. I was in Southern California where I used to live, and there was this yoga teacher, and she is like the most special yoga teacher ever. Like, she's so incredible. And I drove up like 40 minutes to her class with my glasses on. I wore glasses for 4.5 years after this, and I sweat a lot with glasses on. It's just like always taking them off and cleaning them, and I was just like, God. And I finished up the class. It was a hot power vinyasa class up in Orange County, and I finished up and I jumped in the shower, and I got out of the shower, and I was like, holy shit, I can see without my glasses, and I haven't worn my glasses since that yoga class that day. And it's like, how, like, I was just like, I love yoga. Like, oh my God, this is so amazing what happened. And it's just like you saw how bad that photo was, and like how serious this injury it was. Like, that affected my eyes that badly, in the sense that they're just like so bad. In the fact that I could go into a class and walk out and not wear glasses. There aren't many, but a couple of you guys have glasses on, and it's like, I'm sorry, but glasses suck. I hate glasses. And now it's like, it's crazy. It's like I still have to work them every day and continuing to train them and heal my brain, but it's like they're so much better. And so we've launched this, and Adam, I'll talk, before I get into this next one, I'm going to talk about my family and my friends. And I have this family, when you watch the crash reel, that any of you that have seen it, they're just like the most amazing people in the world. And I have the most special mom and dad, and it's just like what they've done. The fact Adam left his job and came and lived with me, and it's just been unreal. And along with my family, it's been my friends. It's this group of friends, and a bunch of them are here back there, and it's just like these guys are incredible, the amount they have done for me and that they continue to do for me every day. And it's the smallest little things, but they're there. And you might think that snowboarders are a bunch of dudes that just go and party and are crazy, but like these guys are everything. And it's just like I can't believe what they have done and how they have stepped up to help me. It's like, it's more than anything I could have imagined that anybody would do for me. And I'm so grateful and so thankful. And them showing up today is just like an example. It's like this happened 5.5 years ago, and they're still helping me. They're still supporting me in this healing process.
I know that it's so important in an increasingly pressurized world because of all of our technology that really it's not a luxury anymore for us to be participating in some aspect of mind training.